Let's get more on the situation in Libya and bring in William Lawrence, Professor of Political Science and International Affairs at George Washington University. William, pleasure to have you on the programme as ever. How do you read this situation with Haftar saying that the matters aren't in line, the situation isn't right to call a ceasefire?
Well, Haftar attacked Tripoli in early April with the intent to win. And it was predicated in part on the idea that there had been infighting between militias in Tripoli and that he would be able to peel off enough support among the militias in that area that he could have a quick, decisive victory. There was a lot of talk at the time that he'd be done within a few days or 2 weeks. And here we are 6 weeks out. He's made no advances in the 6 weeks. And so one of the things that France is trying to do right now is help him find a face-saving way out. But he really hasn't admitted defeat in this latest battle. And certainly the constellation of powers supporting him to keep fighting, such as Saudi Arabia, UAE, Egypt, and others, right now appears stronger than any offer that France may have put on the table.
And how do we get a situation where Haftar, as I understand it, would be Donald Trump's preference, but al-Sarraj is backed by the UN?
Well, Sarraj is backed by the UN because he's sort of the representative of the 2015 Libya peace accord, which you and I have discussed on many previous occasions, flaws and all. And it has those same flaws now that it had on the day it was announced, when I think I was on with you. But right now, Haftar has rode in on his horse and proclaims himself the sort of Gaddafi-esque, Sisi-esque savior of Libya, the strongman, the field marshal, and that was attractive to Trump. It's been attractive to other authoritarian leaders, and yet he really hasn't delivered on the goods. Also, my former organization, Crisis Group, has talked about how the backbone of his forces are Salafists. So here we are, someone on the steps of Tripoli saying that he's going to eradicate Tripoli of Islamism when he has even more conservative Islamists fighting with him. So the whole thing is sort of mucked up right now, but Haftar hasn't really realized that he's probably not going to win and needs the help of France to get out in a face-saving way.
And behind all that, of course, massive reserves of oil.
Yes, and oil production's up. And that is good for all those, for example, the United States, which is trying to pressure Iran and other things that are going on related to the price of oil and the geopolitics of oil. But that can only go on for so long, because ultimately the struggle in Libya is a struggle over the spoils, over the control of the oil facilities and ports and airports and the like. And if this thing stretches out in its current form, I'm sure that the oil supplies will be disrupted, which will also decrease the chance that people will be backing Haftar as the savior of Libya.
There is a long way to go. William Lawrence, thank you as ever for joining us here on France 24. We always appreciate your time and most of all your insights, sir. William Lawrence, Professor of Political Science and International Affairs at George Washington University. Thanks again, William.